Let's actually talk about a trade that we did with the wheel. Now, the wheel is an options trading strategy where first we are selling puts to collect premium, and then once we get assigned the stocks, we're selling calls to collect even more premium. As you know, recently we started trading the wheel. We had 10 or 12, maybe even 14 winning trades in a row. That was fantastic. And today, let's talk about a specific trade that happened, the Uber trade, where we got assigned the shares. So let's jump here on the screen because I want to show Uber as an example here. So Uber, when we are doing the wheel, it consists actually of 3 trades. The first is that we are selling puts, and the idea here is to collect premium and to get assigned stocks at a discount, to buy stocks at a discount at a lower price than they're trading right now. Then, once we have the shares, we're selling calls. So let me walk you through step by step of exactly how it works. So let's talk about the first trade that we did here. And for the first trade, we were selling puts. So let's take a look at the very specific example here. We have the trades. I am going to the trade history. I'm looking at year to date, and I want to know actually the transactions for the last, let's say 30 days, and I want to look at Uber. I'll show you the other trades here as well. I just want to look at this one here in particular. So as you can see, we sold 7 August 14 30 puts at 25 cents. So this is $25 per option. So let's use the handy dandy calculator and type in 7, because we sold 7 of these, times 25. So we did collect $175. So $175, we did the first trade on August 7th. So this is where we collected $175 in 1 week, a little bit less than 1 week. The idea here was that Uber was supposed to stay above 30, because if Uber would stay above 30, we would just collect the premium. A week later, they expire and we can move on and selling more calls. And let's actually look at what happened year to date. And as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 or 12 winning trades in a row here. Okay, so then here is what happened. Uber, as you can see, dipped below the magic 30 here. And here's what happens. If it would have stayed above 30, we would just collect the premium, be happy, and sell more puts again. But here we got assigned the shares. So we had to buy the shares, and this is actually the second part of the trade. This is what the broker did for us automatically. We bought Uber at 30. Now, here's the deal. For every 1 put that you're selling, you have to buy 100 shares. Now, something odd happened here. I want to go back to Uber and show you the transactions over the last 30 days. So I should have received 700 shares of Uber in my account, because this means when you're selling puts, it means that you have to buy at the strike price that you're selling it. By the way, if you're not familiar with this strategy, I'll link to the strategy in the description. I did a video explaining it in more detail, and right now I want to walk through a very specific trade. So since I sold 7 puts, I should have received 700 shares, but for one reason or another, I only received 400 shares. Kind of a bummer, but it is okay. So let's just write it down here. Now, this premium, since we sold it, we're going to keep. Whenever we sell a premium, we're going to keep this premium no matter what happens, okay? So now 400 shares of Uber, and after we realized that we were assigned the shares, here is where we did the third trade. This is where now we start the wheel, okay? So the wheel is really, really fascinating. So now we sold 4 calls at a strike price of 31, expiring August 28th, in a week from now. And we sold those for 52 cents. So this means $52 per 1 option. So this means that here 52 times 4 means that we received another $208. So this is premium that we received, and nobody can take this away from us, because we're not planning to close this trade and to buy back this call. We just leave it open. So we have received here, what, $383 already. So let's talk about the scenarios of what happens, because now, today, as I'm doing this video here, it is August 21st. And I want to look at 3 possible scenarios of what happens if Uber is actually below 30 on August 28th. So in a week from now, we want to see what happens if Uber is below $30. What happens if Uber is between 30 and 31, and we want to see what happens if Uber is trading at 31. These are the three possible scenarios. And so let's see what happens here. First of all, the premium that we received for the puts here, we can keep. I mean, the $175 is already ours. Nobody can take this away. So this is in all scenarios here. So we definitely have this. Then we receive also the premium for the calls that we have sold here, and that is $208, and nobody can take this away from us. So here now I want to say if Uber is trading at $29. So let's say Uber is dropping down. By the way, today Uber is right now at $30.84. But again, we don't care where it is today. We care where it is when you see the green line here, and the green line is August 28th. So let's say it is at $29. So in this case, on our shares, we would have an unrealized P&L. So this is important, unrealized, okay, of 400 times $1. So it would be minus $400. Now, the important thing is unrealized, because we kind of don't care at this point, right? Because we're not planning to sell Uber, we're planning to hold it. Because at this point, the whole premium collected is $175 plus $208, so it's $383. This is how much we have made, and we would have had an unrealized loss. Now, what we would do here is sell more calls, but we'll talk about this here in just a moment. Now, let's say if Uber is between 30 and 31. Let's just say Uber is at $30.50. So this means on our shares, we're making $400 times 50 cents. We bought Uber shares at 30. Right now it's at 30.50. So we make 400 times 50 cents. So we're making $200 on our shares, plus we're making $383 on the calls and puts that we collected. So we're making $583. So that's not bad at all. But now let's say, what if it is above 31? Now, if it is above 31, it doesn't really matter, because we sold 4 calls at a strike price of 31. So this means that we have to sell Uber again at 31. Yes, if it goes to 33, 35, we cannot participate in it. And that is okay, because let's take a look at Uber here. I mean, Uber, it's very likely that it probably stays anywhere between 29 and 31, maybe 32, right? If it rallies to 34, good for Uber. Again, we're talking about the next week. That's what our outlook is here. But anyhow, if this would happen, we would make $1, okay? Because we bought 400 shares at $30, and if we have to sell it again at 31, we make 400 times $1. So this means that we are making $400, okay? Good. This is how much we are making on the stocks, and plus the $383 that we received in premium, we are going to keep anyhow. So obviously, this is here our best case scenario. So if it is below 30, right, we would sell calls again, and the wheel would continue. If it is between 30 and 31, we do the same. We sell calls. And if it is above 31, we are being called away, so we are getting rid of the shares. And this means that right now we would start selling puts again. Anyhow, so I wanted to show you this, and also very specifically, where are we right now with our Uber position? And if you look at Uber right now, as you can see, we're making money on our shares, and we are losing a little bit of money on our calls that we sold. But right now, we are up $292. Now, we hope that by next week, we're either up, as you can see here, $583 or $783, and this would be the win of only 2 weeks. So this is how the wheel works. This is how the wheel turns. So that's why I wanted to do this very specific example with you, show you the very specific trades that we are in right now. And as you can see, they are working quite well. The only one that is getting close to the strike price is SPR, but I'm not concerned about this at all, because as you have seen, we have thus far a really great track record. So all of these trades were winning trades, and I'm pretty sure that SPR will be hanging in there. We can talk about this next, or we can talk about it in the deep dive if you're live here. I just wanted to make sure that I'm wrapping up this video. So let me know if this was helpful at all. If it is, do me a favor and click on like really quick, because this way I know that you enjoyed the video. If this is your first time here and you would like to see more live trades and you would like to see how I keep trading the account, consider subscribing to this channel here and hit the little notification bell, because this way you get notified whenever I release a new video. And hey, talking about other videos, there should be some videos popping up on the screen right now. Just click on any of the videos and I will see you in the next one.